Having peaks so high they leave clouds below, the mountains of our world are not just towering landforms. They hide secrets beyond our imagination.
Oh, shit!
Prehistoric remnants, mythical marks,
Rough granite is just it's pulled up this overhang here.
terrifying entities, and whatnot. Let's explore some of the most unsettling discoveries ever made on the mountains.
Se mueve, se mueve.
A farmer was digging a hole near the hills when he suddenly came face to face with a giant. It was a massive black python, its body coiled tightly beneath the earth. It was moving in a spiral, as if trying to make room to disappear into the ground. Having such a giant snake around wasn't safe. He stared as it sank into the ground. The farmer couldn't stop thinking that the snake could show up again at any time. Odd snake. A hiker was on his usual trip through the Dila Pass when he came across a massive snake known as the rib snake or Arabian cobra. It was about 10 meters long. What caught his attention wasn't just its size, but its strange behavior. It was eating stones. Normally, snakes consume prey like rodents or birds, but this one seemed to have a strange preference for stones. What made the snake eat stone? Was it hunger or something else? Giant man. In a remote village, an unusual incident happened. People gathered with their eyes fixed on a strange figure in the distance. A massive man, towering over everything around him, appeared out of nowhere. He looked otherworldly. His presence was unlike anything the villagers had ever seen. Was he a modern-day Nephilim like the giants from ancient myths? Or maybe a cryptid no one knew about? People were confused, unsure of what they were seeing. UFO Crash. In a remote village in India, a local was on the rooftop of his home when he noticed that the dry leaves on the ground had caught fire. As he zoomed in with his camera, he realized it wasn't fire at all, but an unusual craft that appeared to have crashed. As the camera panned, he was shocked to see an alien moving toward the other side of the craft. But as soon as the alien noticed the camera, it stopped for a while and with a blink of an eye, it flew above. The man wondered if this could be proof of extraterrestrial visitors exploring Earth, using crash sites as hidden entry points. Disappearing truck. A video has been buzzing around the internet recorded by a hiker who witnessed a truck suddenly vanish from sight. The truck was reportedly transporting supplies to a secret bunker in the US. As the video gained attention, netizens began speculating that the truck had disappeared in order to help workers working there. Theories continue to flood the internet, leaving many to wonder what happened. Some people are even convinced that the tunnel is part of an elaborate network that stretches much further than we know. Flying object. A group of Mexican boys created a huge buzz online after an unexpected event during their road trip. While they were taking photos, one of them spotted a mysterious object just above the nearby hill. As he zoomed, it appeared clearly in the footage as a plate-shaped object floating silently in the sky. The video spread on social media, sparking a heated debate. While some suggest it could be an optical illusion, others are convinced it was a genuine UFO sighting. Unseen shadow mystery.
Clouds. Where are the clouds?
In California, a woman filmed a mountain, noticing a huge shadow cast on it despite the sky being cloudless. The shadow appeared clearly on the mountain, but there was nothing in the sky to explain it. As she zoomed in, she became convinced that the shadow came from an invisible, massive UFO hovering above. She shared the footage online, and theories started circulating. Some believed this could be a sign of advanced alien technology, perhaps the ability to become invisible. It might be possible that aliens are living among us, hidden from sight. Siberian Hole. A local was wandering through the fields when he stumbled upon a giant hole. It seemed endless and dark inside, and it looked as if it went deep into the earth. This mysterious crater was about 48 meters and has baffled scientists since its discovery. Other similar holes have been found in other regions of Siberia as well, but the craters on the Yamal and Gedin peninsulas remain unique to this area of the Arctic. Scientists are still trying to figure out what causes these deep and mysterious openings. Some are convinced that temperature changes, the presence of gas hydrates, or the release of trapped gases under the permafrost could be responsible for forming these massive craters. Antarctic Object. In October 2020, a sharp-eyed investigator scanned satellite images of Antarctica and came across a weird sight. He found a metallic-looking object half covered in ice. It appeared to be a circle, with only half of it visible, casting a shadow onto the ice below. The investigator wondered if it might belong to aliens, left thousands of years ago and now visible as the ice melted. The idea seemed possible, as both Mars and Antarctica have sort of similar sterile environments. Could this mysterious object be a clue to extraterrestrial life? Unidentified Craft.
Oh, shit!
During a mission in Afghanistan, a group of troopers noticed an intruder in their restricted area. It was a triangle-shaped craft with a small dome above it, silently hovering in the air. The craft moved steadily in its orbit before slowly drifting toward the troopers. As it passed by them, the soldiers were unsure of what they had just witnessed. The strange object didn't fit any known aircraft design. The mysterious appearance made them wonder if it was of alien origin, as the technology behind it seemed far more advanced than anything humans had. Mysterious sand discovery. A worker clearing sand from a collapsed wall during a construction project noticed a small hole forming. He looked inside and saw what seemed like a hidden room with several statues. One of them was sitting on a chair, looking like he was the leader of the lot. He widened the hole with his shovel and crawled through to explore the room. There he found relics and jewelry scattered around. At first, it seemed like a ritual site from the past, but many netizens speculated that these statues might be creations by a sculptor, designed to depict the ancient lives of rulers. Reptilian Being. Miners were on duty when they heard an odd sound coming from a hollow opening. As they rushed toward the source, they were shocked to spot an unusual creature. At first, it appeared to be some kind of reptile due to its green-colored skin, but as it moved closer, they realized it had a human-like face with very similar facial features, though its eyes were aligned vertically like a reptile's. The miners quickly recalled the stories of shape-shifting reptilian humanoids. The creature seemed to be hanging upside down, adding to the eerie and unsettling atmosphere of the encounter. It might have been a resident of the area, disturbed by the miners' presence. Fossil wall. A tourist visiting the rock wall of a canyon in Gansu had no idea what he was about to discover. As he explored, he was shocked to find bones of baby elephants, dinosaurs, and even ancient shells embedded in the rock. It almost looked as if the path was cleared, revealing these long-forgotten remains. The real question was, how could bones from creatures that lived millions of years ago be exposed right here? While some believed that these were man-made landscapes, others thought the land was once home to all these diverse creatures. Unearthed ancient bell. In the Kupiskis district of Lithuania, an ancient relic that had been buried underground for almost a century was recently unearthed. It turned out to be a church bell, once belonging to St. Hedding Hyacinth Church. Authorities revealed that the bell was cast in 1908 and placed in the belfry. When war broke out, the bell was taken down by locals and hidden underground to prevent it from being melted down and used to make weapons. The locals might have never imagined that this holy bell would one day become such a valuable piece of the past, kept safe for future generations to discover. Marked stone mystery. A group of explorers came across a rectangular slab embedded in the ground, covered with strange carved symbols. At the top, there was a cross symbol with a circle beneath it, along with other mysterious markings. One of the guys used a metal detector to scan the area, suspecting the slab might be a tombstone or marker of historical or religious significance. As he dug, he uncovered a mud vase and clay pots filled with ancient jewelry. They felt lucky to have found it, but were left wondering, what was this hidden treasure protecting? Did it belong to a long-lost civilization, or was it part of a forgotten burial ritual? Well, the truth remains unknown. Arctic hills. A pilot spotted smoke rising over a mountain during a flight over the Canadian Arctic between Kugluktuk and Inuvik. The series of mountains was covered in thick smoke, much like a volcano. Later, he learned that beneath all that, coal had caught fire over hundreds of years ago when exposed to air and has been burning ever since. In some areas, the coal has burned so much that the rock above it has collapsed. The scene looked strange, with smoke rising into the cold Arctic sky. Molted Skin.
Oh, ครับงูใหญ่ ตัวมันอยู่ได้ล่ะนี่
A fisherman in Thailand found an object that resembled giant snake scales. Lying on the ground was its massive molted skin spanning all over the place. Its size and shape led many to believe it came from a giant anaconda and was believed to be the largest anaconda ever recorded, raising questions about the true origin of the skin. The discovery sparked speculation that a large snake might be hiding nearby, probably a successor of Titanoboa. Unexpected discovery. In April 2015, construction workers in Heiyuan, southern China, made an exciting discovery while working on a road project. They found 43 fossilized dinosaur eggs buried underground. Heiyuan, known as the hometown of dinosaurs, has a rich history of dinosaur fossils, with the city previously holding the record for the most dinosaur eggs ever found. The workers were likely surprised by the discovery, as they were simply doing their job when they uncovered the eggs. Researchers are now examining the fossils to determine the species, believed to be Lomonosaurus. This find highlighted the region's importance for paleontological discoveries. Footprint find.
Footprint in rock that is as amazing as this.
A group of friends in South Africa near the Swaziland border visited a mysterious relic called the Giant Footprint. Carved into rough granite, the 4-foot-high footprint was believed to be between 200 million and 3 billion years old. The age was astonishing, but what made it even more amazing was how the imprint had survived, rising due to tectonic plate movements. As they got closer, they could see the details of the footprint that stood out like a natural sculpture. Some believed it might have belonged to an ancient ape.
Rough granite is just it's pulled up.
Flame among water. A tourist visited a location and was shocked when he noticed something strange in the middle of the forest, next to a flowing waterfall. A small flame burned brightly inside a rocky hollow. It flickered orange and stayed steady even with the water rushing nearby. As the tourist watched, he couldn't believe that fire and water were together in one place. It seemed beautiful and mysterious, almost like it didn't belong to this world. It turned out to be the Eternal Flame in New York. The reason for this marvelous phenomenon was a small grotto nearby, which housed a natural gas spring. It could be lit to create a flame 8 inches high. Before we move any further, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you can keep watching our amazing content. Giant rock figure. A video has buzzed the internet showing an unusual rock formation on a mountainside along Dalihan Road in Iran. The footage, filmed from a distance, revealed what appeared to be a giant seated figure gazing at the horizon. The rock formation, shaped like a human, stood several meters tall. People came up with different theories. Many believed it could be a petrified giant, possibly evidence of ancient giant beings like the Nephilim from the Bible, turned to stone by a curse. Others argued that the shape was simply the work of nature. Secret gate. A hiker witnessed a secret that had been hidden for years. At first, the mountain seemed ordinary, but soon the middle rock began to move, revealing a gateway. What happened next shocked him even more. A disc-shaped UFO appeared from inside. The UFO had a gatekeeper who controlled the opening and closing of the hollow secret. As soon as the UFO emerged, it hovered for a moment before speeding away at the speed of light. Was it a portal to another world, or an ancient secret finally revealed? Rotating celestials. A group of friends were on an expedition when they entered a cave, and things quickly took a strange turn. Their instruments started picking up unusual frequencies, which led them to investigate further. Deep inside the cave, they discovered a metallic object that had a rotating globe-like mechanism. They observed how the object seemed to mimic the movements of the stars, possibly representing the celestial sphere. Arabic writings on it made the researchers wonder if it belonged to an Arab scientist. The strange object left them baffled as they tried to understand its purpose and origin. Creature among debris. A man was walking through an abandoned construction site when he noticed something moving among the debris. He couldn't believe his eyes. A baby dinosaur was walking in front of him. It had a long neck, resembling the one from The Good Dinosaur. The little dinosaur moved to the other side and quickly disappeared into a hole in the ground. The man stood there amazed, wondering how this creature could still be alive. It could be possible that these creatures are hiding from humans, living secretly in places we can't reach. Sand burial. Archaeologists uncovered a strange figure buried in the sand, dating back to 4000 BC. It was an unusual find with a face resembling a character from The Simpsons, specifically Homer. But what caught their attention even more was the body. It didn't look human at all. The discovery left the team puzzled. Was it an artistic representation of a creature that roamed the earth thousands of years ago, or a symbolic figure created by ancient civilizations to tell a story? Odd desert landing. In the Nevada desert, a local spotted an odd pill-shaped object descending from the sky, trailing only a small amount of smoke. When it touched the ground, it suddenly burst out. The man quickly posted the video online, and soon people started suggesting it could be a UFO. Some believed it was a spacecraft from another world, while others thought it might be a secret military experiment. Could this be proof of extraterrestrial visitors, or just an unexplained phenomenon? Mysterious underground light. A local man walking through snowy woods in a remote area noticed a strange light coming from the ground. The glow was faint at first, but hinted that there must be something hidden underneath. He got curious and began digging through the icy layer. As he dug deeper, the light became even brighter, lighting up the surroundings with a golden shine. It was beautiful and strange at the same time. The incident got attention, and people came up with different theories. Some said it might be a gate to heaven, while others thought it was a bunker hidden under the ground. Giant ape. A group of friends had often heard stories of strange creatures in the forest. One day, they decided to fly a drone to check it out. While exploring, the camera captured huge figures moving through the trees. At first, they looked like apes, but their oddly long hair set them apart. As the drone hovered closer, the friends were shocked. These creatures looked just like Bigfoot from the legends. One of them stepped forward, appearing to search for food, but when it noticed the drone, it got alert. It might be possible that these were Bigfoot that went extinct 300,000 years ago, likely due to habitat loss and human activity. Desert object. On November 18th, 2020, a helicopter crew flying over a remote area of southeastern Utah spotted a strange metal object in a red rock slot canyon. The 12-foot-high monolith stood out against the rocky landscape. Authorities tried their best to hide its location, but the GPS coordinates were shared online by locals. Soon, UFO and alien enthusiasts came up with different theories. Some believed it could be connected to aliens, possibly left as evidence of their presence or as a warning. Others were sure that it was space rocket debris that had re-entered the atmosphere after collapsing. Odd backyard spiral. On May 7th, 2020, a woman in Deerfield, New York was shocked to find strange spots in her backyard. Upon closer inspection, she noticed a spiral pattern impressed into the ground, unlike anything she had seen before. The pattern resembled a UFO crop circle, a mysterious symbol often linked to extraterrestrial sightings. As she examined the strange markings, she recalled the previous night when she had heard an odd sound coming from the sky. Could the two events be connected? Was this some kind of message or warning? The woman couldn't shake the thought that aliens might have visited her. Could they be watching her? Old tribe evidence. A group of researchers from a remote village set out to document the existence of a legendary tribe. They decided to use a drone to capture footage of the jungle where the tribe was said to live. As the drone flew over the forest, they noticed something moving below. They zoomed in with the camera and saw a figure quickly moving between the trees. It had long hair and was hinting towards something, as if it knew it was being watched. What they recorded that day left them sacred. Tribe or not, you never know what might be hiding in plain sight. Sky orb. On December 17th, 2023 in Porterville, California, a man was testing his new drone when he noticed a strange black orb following it. As he filmed, the orb moved oddly, making sharp and quick movements. It had yellow lights on its side, possibly for visibility in the dark. He uploaded the footage online to ask others what they thought it could be. People quickly came up with theories. Some believed it might be a balloon, while others speculated it could be a UFO or a spy craft from aliens. Structure figure.
Dude, look at this. There's ants
oh my
all
God,
over.
Ants. It's really sketchy down here.
While exploring an abandoned area in California, a group of thrill seekers came across a graffiti-covered structure known as the Clown House. The place was spooky, surrounded by broken glass and overgrown vegetation, giving it a haunting atmosphere. As one of them reviewed footage from a friend's quadcopter, they noticed something strange, a dark figure resembling a clown silently walking past the building. The figure moved in a way that made it seem like it was aware of the camera, making it even more mysterious. Soon it vanished behind the pillar, which made them wonder if the house was home to a clown with the ability to move through different portals.
Oh my god. I literally thought that was a guy staring at us. I don't know.
Shadowy hill creature. A construction worker was on duty in a remote mountainous area when he noticed some movement on a nearby hill. To his shock, it appeared to be a giant ape, something like Bigfoot. The creature stood still, staring directly at the worker, almost as if it was watching him destroy its home. The worker felt a sense of unease, unsure of what to make of the creature's silent watch. It might be possible that the mysterious being had been living in the area for years, hidden away from the world. Snowball or what? A pilot flying over a mountainous range noticed an odd object below. At first, it looked like a giant snowball, but it cast a shadow that suggested it was something else. The object hovered quietly, almost as if observing something below. The pilot kept his eyes on it, but before he could get a closer look, the object vanished in an instant, moving with incredible speed. It seemed to know it was being watched. Could it have been a UFO conducting research on Earth, studying its geographical features? Desert creature sighting.
Puta, onde que tá agora, pô? Olha lá, ó.
A video has sparked curiosity after a strange human-like creature was spotted roaming the desert in Portugal. The footage was filmed by a construction worker who was working in the area. He noticed the creature moving slowly on 2 feet, its body hunched over, blending in with the desert landscape. As the creature disappeared behind a tree, it never reappeared. Viewers quickly began speculating, with some believing it could be a transformed human monster, others thinking it resembled Bigfoot, and some even wondering if it was the legendary Chupacabra. Blue uniform mystery. A security surveillance drone was hovering over a remote area when it captured a mysterious sight. At first, it appeared to be odd blue lights moving in a triangle shape, but as the drone got closer, it revealed something even stranger. The lights were actually humans, dressed in blue uniforms that covered them from head to toe. It seemed like they were performing some sort of sinister ritual around large pipes. When they spotted the drone, they quickly rushed to avoid being seen, clearly trying to hide whatever they were doing. The drone footage raised questions about the group's intentions and what they were really up to in the isolated area. Mountain giant.
Se mueve, se mueve.
On a remote hill in the state of Aguascalientes, Mexico, a truck driver captured a strange sight on video. On the mountain, a giant figure appeared to move across the hill, changing positions continuously. The creature seemed to be performing a ritual or praying. The video quickly spread online, sparking curiosity and debate. It raised questions about the being's identity, with some speculating it could be a Nephilim, Bigfoot, or even a skinwalker. Was this giant watching over the people of Mexico? Snake monster. While hiking through a forest, a curious hiker set up his camera to capture wildlife. When he reviewed the footage, he was shocked to see what he had captured. At first glance, it seemed like a giant slithering creature moving across the forest floor. But on closer inspection, it turned out to be a garter snake mating ball, a group of snakes twisted together, looking like they were stuck to each other. The snakes moved as one, making it seem like a single big snake. The hiker was amazed at how nature's strange habits could create such surprising sights. Yellow orb. A tourist was walking through the hills when he noticed smoke rising in the air. It was coming from a small hole in the ground. At first it looked like just steam, but then a bright yellow orb slowly appeared. It floated in the air, glowing softly. The tourist recalled that in some cultures, glowing orbs have been associated with spirits, elemental forces, or supernatural occurrences. He wondered if it might be the result of a small crash, maybe some kind of craft or a mountain spirit. Unique find. Locals were shocked when they spotted an odd animal in their neighborhood. They managed to capture it, and what they found was unlike anything they'd ever seen. It looked like a horse, but instead of 4 legs, it had only 3. The head and face were much smaller than a normal horse's, making it look even more strange. Was it a new species, or had they stumbled upon a mutant horse? The townspeople couldn't decide, but one thing was clear: this was no ordinary creature. Hanging coffins.
There's a
口耳相传。
A tourist was exploring Wuxi Village in Weishan County, southwest China's Yunnan province, when he was shocked by an unusual sight. About 20 coffins were hanging from the cliffs, carefully placed along the mountain face. The sight was scary that the coffins were made from one solid piece of wood and carved into various shapes. Who would have placed them at such a height? Later, he learned that these coffins are part of an ancient funeral tradition practiced by the Bo people and other minority groups in the area. The reason behind hanging the coffins is believed to be twofold: to protect the bodies from being taken by wild animals and to bless the souls for eternity. Mountain Growl. On June 20th, farmers in Shadowy, China reported hearing loud, low-pitched noises that sounded like a dragon's growl. The strange sound quickly drew locals, with footage showing crowds gathering at the mountain's peak, all trying to get closer to the source of the noise. Local officials were forced to set up roadblocks to prevent too many people from gathering and sent a team of experts to investigate. According to Chinese folklore, many creatures are thought to inhabit remote mountain areas, such as dragons, mountain spirits, or other mythical beasts. It might be one of these, warning them of some bad omen. Ancient creature. A guy set up a camera in the mountains to study the environmental effects, but what they discovered while reviewing the footage was shocking. The video revealed a giant creature, its body covered in scales with horns on its head and a snake-like shape moving across the path. It looked exactly like the Chinese dragon from ancient legends. He was left wondering if such creatures were still alive, hiding in the remote corners of the world, far from human eyes. Now it's time for today's open discussion. A local living in a remote mountainous area spotted a giant creature. It was on a cliff and looked like a green anaconda, but much larger. He had lived in the area for years and had never seen anything like it before. At first, the creature remained still, seemingly in the same position, but then it suddenly jerked and slithered away, disappearing from sight. The local was left shocked, wondering if he had just witnessed an ancient creature or an undiscovered species living in the mountains. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.